So in number 5, it tells us that LV is congruent to VE, and that they're both 24. Well, if those two sides are the same, aren't these two angles the same? Right? Because they're the two isosceles triangles. And then it tells me that VT is 8. And then it tells me that VA is 40. Well, if the whole thing is 40 and that little piece is 8, 40 minus 8 gives me 32. So that means that this piece right here is 32. Well, it's a kite. What else do we know about it? Okay, good. They're two isosceles triangles. So I know that these two sides are the same, which means that these two angles are the same, right? What else do I know?
That the other,
They're right angles, right? If this is a kite, then these are right angles right here, don't I? That's probably the most important part to this entire problem right here. So now it's going to say, well, how big is LE? Well, that would be this whole side. I may not be able to find the whole side, but what I could do is I could use this little triangle right here to find this piece. Remember, the other thing you know is that these diagonals bisect each other, don't they? Just this one is bisected. So now I can come back and use just this little right triangle here to show x squared plus 8 squared is equal to 24 squared and do Pythagorean theorem, because I now know that these are right angles. So 8 squared is what, 64? And 24 squared is at 576? Is that right? So I'm going to subtract 64 from both sides. Would be 512. So the square root of 512 is what? Push the buttons. What's the square root of 512? 22.62. Everybody agree? So that means that this right here is 22.62, but it wanted LE. So that would give me what? 45.24? Is that right? Because I'm going to add that twice. So now I need to go and find out, okay, well, how big is LA? Well, if I'm looking at LA, now I can go back and look at this triangle and do Pythagorean theorem to find that other side. So it's going to be the 22, excuse me, excuse me. Well, 22.62 squared is the 512, and 32 squared, is that 1024? Okay, and then I would take the square root of both sides. What's the square root of 1536?
39.19.
One more time, 59? Oh,
39.19.
39.19, very good. So that tells me that this side is 39.19. That's LA. It also asks for EA. Well, we already know that's the same because it's two isosceles triangles. And now the only other piece I have to find is TA, which we already found also. That was your 32. Okay? Now I'm going to give you a couple of seconds for number 6 and 7 because those are challenge problems. You cannot right now figure out SU or SP, so don't worry about those two. Okay? But I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. These are meant to be a challenge. Okay? So do as much as you can. And then this one we have OM and CO, and they're both 36, right? We have CT is 18. Remember, these two are going to be the same, so this one is also 18. These are 90 degrees, because it's a kite, right? It told us that TP was 40. And then it told us that angle PM is 48. Everybody good with that so far? Okay. So then it asks for OT, this one right here. So I could do Pythagorean theorem. So I would have done 18 squared plus x squared equals 36 squared. What did you get when you worked all that out? What did you get when you worked all this out for this one here?
31.17.
Does everybody agree? 31.17?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And then for PM, this one right here, I can also do Pythagorean theorem. It would have been 18 squared plus 40 squared equals c squared. And what did you get when you worked that one out?
43.86.
43.86. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay. And then it says, well, how big is angle COM? And that's where you got stuck, isn't it? It's not 48.
72.
It is not 72.
108.
It is not 108. Okay, let me ask a question. If I gave you this triangle right here, how big are the angles? All of them are 180, but each of them would be 60, right? That's what it is. Because 36, what's 18 plus 18? 36. So what I have right here is an equilateral triangle, so all of these angles are 60, 60, 60, correct? So COM would be 60 degrees. And then once I figured that one out, it would be TMP. Well, I know that these two have to be the same, which means these two are the same. And this is a triangle, so 180 minus the, what is that, 48? Would be 132. And then I could cut that in half. Oh, that'd be 66. So that angle right there would be 66. Do you need a minute for 7 or you want me to work it?
Go ahead.
Go ahead and work it. Sean says go ahead and work it.
Yeah.
It says that PRU is 90 degrees. Again, this is an isosceles triangle, correct? If those two sides are the same, wouldn't these two angles be the same? How big would they be? How big's a triangle? And I already have a 90? So then it would be 90 divided by 2 would be 45. So these would be 45 degrees. So if it's asking me to find the measure of angle RUL, that would be my 45 degrees. And then it asks me to find SPL. Oh, not sure about that one, are you? Not yet anyway. What's PL? Where did y'all go next with it? Well, here, PL, let's see, that's 90. Oh, SPR. Oh, I'm sorry. It said that this whole thing is 105. So 105 minus the 45, right? Would be 60. So this angle right here is 60. I forgot to write down the rest of the information. And then it told me that RU is 36. So wouldn't that make this one 36? And it's asking for this piece. Don't I have a right angle? So couldn't I do Pythagorean theorem using this whole triangle right here? Right? And then right here I know that these two are going to be the same, so I just cut it in half when I find my answer. So 36 squared plus 36 squared equals c squared. And I don't remember what 36 squared is. So like, my brain just went off. 36 squared, is that the 1092 or 1024? Somebody tell me what's 36 squared. Maybe 36 squared. 1296. And I'd add that twice, correct?
Yep.
So 1296 plus 1296. And then I would take the square root of that. And it would give me what? Something. 51? And I would have to divide that by 2, right? 25.5 approximately.